Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a love reading for my dearest Leos. Leo, we're going to take a look at who you're going to marry, and if these messages resonate with you, I am going to ask that you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And just a friendly reminder, I am available for private readings, so if you're after one, I have those links down below. All right, let's go ahead and see who's coming towards my Leos, or who my Leos are going to marry, rather. All right, so we have the Ace of Swords, okay. They're also showing up as the Page of Wands, so they could be a fellow fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. They're viewing you as the Five of Wands, okay. And the relationship, we see the Knight of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. So I do think this is going to be a very romantic relationship. Now, this person may meet you at a time when you're going through conflict here, Leo, or you're going through a breakup even. But I also see here they may feel like they need to fight for your attention or your affection. So we see the Nine of Swords. I kind of feel like this person is going to be very, very stressed about you until you two get together. So it could be somebody who, knows that you have other options, or they're hoping, praying that you're going to be single soon so that they have a chance with you. I feel like you're just going to make such an impact on this person, Leo, because the Nine of Swords here is the energy of like, I can't eat, I can't sleep. Although this person may be prone to overthinking and maybe has a bit of a nervous disposition at times, I feel more so it's kind of like a low-key obsession with you before you two get together. Now, I do think this person with the Ace of Swords is somebody who's honest. It does feel like it's someone new. And again, they could be a fellow fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. I think this person is smart and articulate. We see the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Now, we see the Nine of Swords and the Ace of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and we see the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So this may be somebody who's recently experienced some sort of loss, okay, some sort of personal loss, a job, a loss in the family or a close friend. This can also be a divorce or a separation, but I do see this person being single. And we see the King of Wands in reverse. So some of you, this person is divorced from somebody who was cheating on them or somebody who was abusive. I'm not reading this as their energy. I'm actually reading like this is what they've been through. So someone who has been through some sort of toxic relationship or has some sort of toxic ex there. But with the Ace of Swords, it does feel like they've moved on from that. They're ready for something new. But I do think like if this was an ending, a painful ending for them or some sort of painful personal loss, it definitely did turn this person's world upside down. So again, they could be a widow or a widower, or maybe they got, laid off unexpectedly or something like that. My Leos, how you're going to feel, we see the Tower, Aries, Scorpio energy. So this is going to be, this is going to take you by surprise. This is going to be, I don't want to say groundbreaking, earth-shattering, but it's definitely going to be a paradigm shift for you. It's going to be something, this is going to definitely take you by surprise, meeting this person or, who this person is. So I do get strong fire and air in their chart. So Aries, Leo, Sag, possibly Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. We have a little bit of everything here, but let's see. Who is this person for my Leos? Okay, Earth energy, Capricorn. So their work and stability are high priority. They're reliable. You can rely on them to get things done. This may start off as a friendship and evolve over time. Okay, so it may start off as something kind of casual. Ooh, we see Scorpio energy here as well. So there's an intensity to this person. They're fiercely protective and loyal. They stand strong in their convictions. They can sting if needed to defend their position. And speaking of intensity, here it is. I just saw 444, so you may want to pay attention to that number sequence popping up for you, Leo. The depth of this person's thoughts and emotions indicate a high intellect and a strong focus on their subject. Now, with the Page of Wands here, I do think this person is fun, adventurous. I feel like, they may have like a fun sense of style, sense of humor. They may be theatrical at times and when they're telling stories, or talking about experiences. I do feel like they're funny. I feel like they definitely make other people laugh. They're going to make you laugh. But there's also an air of mystery about this person, which could be that Scorpio energy. They may enjoy tarot, okay? And this person loves nature. So somebody who's very grounded, loves, plants and animals. All right. Anything else my Leos need to know about this person? All right. They can speak more than one language fluently. They may go by a nickname. They already know who you are. So for some of my Leos, this person may be somebody who's already around you, a friend or a coworker. And they may have dreams about you, or you or them could experience deja vu when you two are together, or when you first get together, which, in the spiritual community, deja vu is usually an indication of having done this before, past life energy. All right, so we see this person may have a career that deals with government, okay, or government contracts. So we have teacher, police, military, fireman, court, legal, or construction, or a subset of one of those. We get fire in their chart, Leo, Aries, and Sag, okay? And we see their eye color could be brown, light brown, dark brown, or hazel. And we do see that this is somebody who is quite spiritual, Leo. All right. Now, they're viewing you as the Five of Wands. Now, I don't know if they're going to be a little bit conflicted about this connection. Now, maybe because they're not interested in a serious involvement when you first meet them, because they're experiencing some sort of major life change or some sort of shift. Maybe because you're friends and they don't want to ruin that. But they could also see that you're going through or experiencing some sort of conflict. So maybe you're going through a breakup or you're experiencing issues with your living situation or with family. The Ten of Swords. Wow. So you, I'm not going to write off, Leo, that for some of you, this could be somebody that you are reconciling with. Although I feel for a lot of you, more so it's like you two have some sort of shared type of experience with this Ten of Swords, because you've both experienced some sort of painful loss. So again, you both could be, have lost a partner or recently lost a loved one or a parent, or you've both been through some sort of divorce or had some sort of nasty divorce. And the Seven of Wands energy in reverse. But this person sees you as the best of the best. And they know that you've gone through conflict, you've experienced difficulties. But I feel like they really admire that you're still willing to let down your guard. There's a real strength in that, Leo. And how you're going to be feeling, the Seven of Pentacles. So some of you are going to know or feel like, yes, this is exactly what I've been waiting for. Seven of Pentacles is also someone who's not in a rush. You're strategic, you're planning, you're okay with waiting and seeing where this goes. There's a maturity and there's also a self-assuredness in that energy, Leo. So I like that. All right, let's see. And I'm sure they're going to like that too. So let's go ahead and see what else they really admire about you. What else do they really admire about you? Gambler. So a willingness to follow your intuition even when others doubt you. Okay, so they love that about you. All right, and they see you as a creative visionary here, Leo. So that you have a capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, and you're willing to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. Yeah, so beautiful. So you also think outside of the box, and being a creative visionary is something they really, really appreciate about you. Seeing what others can't, seeing potential where others cannot. I think this is going to be a very deeply romantic connection. Spirit's telling you that you already know the answers you seek, so your intuition is going to tell you how to proceed here, whether or not you should proceed with this person. I mean, again, we're in the reading that this is the person you're going to marry. We see this obsession energy. Someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. It feels like it's your person. Now, they might be low-key obsessed with you, but I also feel with this obsession energy that, I do think that they are kind of going through something here, either before you meet them or, when you start going out with them. And Spirit's telling you not to dismiss the red flags, okay? So again, the red flags here, nobody's perfect, right? And I'm not trying to tell you to ignore any red flags. Please don't do that. In fact, the opposite. If there are red flags here, Leo, don't ignore them. But don't be afraid to speak up to this person and stand your ground or set expectations or boundaries with them. Because remember, the right person isn't going to be put off by that. They're not going to run from that. The way they're going to react to it is try to meet you halfway or make changes, and probably end up being really appreciative that you do say something. Because Spirit's saying, you know what, regardless, this relationship can stand the test of time. All right, so I like that energy for you. Let's see what else we need to know. What else do we need to know? All right, dream come true. Have faith, your rainbow will come smiling through. So this is a dream come true. This is most likely what you've been waiting for. Look at that. Underneath that, what you've been waiting for. Holy shit, we have the Sun and we have the Ten of Cups. So talk about happiness, Leo. This is definitely a dream come true. There's going to be sudden feelings that this is the one and this is your life partner. So confirmation of that stability. And we see honest communication, which I'm doubling down on as a repeating message about those red flags. Expect heart-to-heart conversations. Don't be afraid to have heart-to-heart conversations here with this person and have this honest communication. All right, Leos, let's see if we can get any important dates or times here for you. You're not meant to know, okay? And we do see the Tower moment, which is serendipity, so it's going to be different for all of you. Spirit saying it may be sooner than expected or very soon. All right, my Leos, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.